So we are going to design this light follower robot by using Proteus. So the first step, we are going to start Proteus. So this is Proteus software. We are going to pick up the option called new flowchart. So when we click new flowchart, from the first screen it will open up the wizard, and first we give a name, light follower robot. Okay, and this is the location at the document folder. This project will get saved. So click next. So from here you can pick up which the microcontroller board you are going to use. We are going to use Arduino Uno, and this is the compiler that we are going to use, Visual Designer for Arduino Aviar. So click next. So it will open up the window so that you can design the system. Okay, if you look at over here, it by default open the Visual Designer. This is the setup part for the Visual Designer. Let me just keep it on one side, setup part, and this is the main loop. So let's go to the designer window. So first thing, we need to pick up the motor shield that can control to DC motor. So to pick up the motor shield, what we can do, you can either pick up it from the Visual Designer itself. Go to the peripheral, right click the peripheral and choose the option add peripheral. So it will load the project clips, and we need to pick up the motor control, and there are several motor shield you can find over here. So we will pick up the motor shield that is for DC motor only. This one, I think, Arduino motor shield with DC motor. So click add option. So it has added two options for two motor, motor 1, DC motor 1 and DC motor 2. Next we are going to pick up the OLED display so that you can display the message what is happening. Again, right click the peripheral. Okay, let me just I think go to the group option, group 128 into 64 OLED display module. Okay, so this is commonly available in the market, display module, very popular. So we are going to add that one. So let me just close it, then go to the design window. Look at over here, we have the Arduino Uno board, you have the OLED display module, we have the motor shield. Next thing, we are going to add the sensors, the two eyes for the robot, that means two LDR. So again, go to the file, import project clip, go to the folder Arduino and find out LDR sensor. If we scroll down, I think we'll get it. Also, you can pick up the motor shield directly from here. Okay, If you don't find the component over here, I think you can choose the option group. Okay, you can pick go to the, I think let's cancel over here. You can go to the visual designer, right click the peripheral, add peripheral, then you can choose the group module or breakout peripheral. Let me check. Okay, breakout peripheral, if we can find the LDR over here. If you don't find over here, check the option group. Okay, and let's see whether we have that option over here or not. Okay, group light sensor module. Okay, so that's the LDR. So we'll add to LDR. Close. So let's go to the design window. Look at over here. Arduino Uno board, OLED display, motor shield, and 2 LDR. Okay. Now your software does the connection automatically. But look at over here. You have picked up 2 similar components, so it is making a conflict. That means look at the connection. Analog pin A0, analog pin A0. Okay. So they have connected both sensor to the analog pin, same pin. So we need to, this is a conflict. On the same pin, you cannot connect to different sensor. So what we need to do, we need to change the pin connection. So click over here, double click. Now, connector ID. Let's pick A1 for the first sensor, and for the second sensor, let's pick up A2. Okay, so we have connected 2 sensors at 2 different analog pin of the Arduino Uno board. First sensor LDR to the pin number analog pin A1, second LDR sensor to analog pin A2. So that will avoid the conflict. So our design is complete. Now go to the programming part. That means we will do the visual programming. No coding is required. We do the program visually. Okay, first is the setup part. Okay, in the setup part, what we first do, let me just enlarge it. We stop both the motor for just steps. The motor 1 is stop, motor 2 is stop. Both motor are stopped at the beginning. Make sure. And that means when the system get turned on first time, we keep the both motor stop. Then we need to set up some parameter. Rotation direction, just a parameter commonly used. To design the parameter or to define the parameter, we use the assignment block. So drag and drop the assignment block and double click new variable. Okay, so give a name of the new variable. It's the integer value, and initialize that value at the beginning. At any value, just you can initialize. You have initialized the 1 value.
Sir,
Yes.
স্যার মোটর দুইটা কিভাবে কোনটা থেকে সিলেক্ট করতে হবে?
Okay, I'll let me finish it. I'll upload that video on YouTube, so you can follow it directly from there. Just let me finish it.
ওকে স্যার
You can follow from there. So another variable for the LDR sensor, new. Initially we keep those below, I think these are the float value we need to define, okay? No, I think you need to define as integer value because they get converted to integer value, not float value, so there should be the integer value. Because 0 to 5 volt get converted to in the range in between 0 to 1023, okay? So that's integer value. Let's define that value initially as 0. That's initialization. Another variable for the LDR2 value. And initialize again that value with the 0 value. Just initialization. So we have done the setup part. We have defined, we have made sure that both motors are stopped. We have defined a rotation direction value. By default we just given one value 1, and we have initialized both LDR value with a 0. Next is the main part of our program, is the loop part. In the loop part, first we read the sensor value. Okay, so how do we read? Look at over there, the option LDR block, LDR read light. So drag and drop the option read light. So double click. So it will read the value, and we will save the value in the variable I think we need to define, look at over here, this value is in float, so we need to change the nature of the variable LDR to float, not, so edit the variable, okay, LDR edit, so change the value from integer to float, otherwise it will not accept. I can change this LDR2 value to float. Okay, otherwise they will not accept the value. So now we can save the value of the first LDR in the variable LDR1 value. Okay, again similar way, for the second LDR you read the light value, drag and drop the read light block, and the result will be stored in the LDR2 value. Then we make a comparison. Okay, to do the comparison, you drag and drop the compare block, this one, double click. So this is the condition, we check LDR1 value, that means greater than or equal to LDR2 value. Okay, if LDR1 value is greater than or equal to LDR2 value, let's say we'll move the motor forward. To move the motor forward, go to the motor, run motor, pick up the run option, drag and drop, double click, look at over here, motor 1, method is run, 3 method, run, stop and release. So pick up the run option, you can choose the direction from here. Let's say forward, and you can define the speed. 255 is the maximum speed. The range is in between 0 to 255. If you lower the value, it will go slow down. So let's keep it as highest speed over here. Click OK. Then and if the LDR value 1 value is less than LDR 2 value, we move in reverse direction. I think what is the best way, instead of writing the process over here, we can make a function call. So let me remove this block from here, and let make our do function as short. So if it is in a, just we call a function, okay. Let's say we define two functions. One is the forward function, other is the reverse function. So to create the function, what we do, we drag and drop this block, event block, okay. So this is the event block, and give a name to the event. Let's say forward. Okay, and when you move forward, how to do, drag and drop the motor run option. I am showing over here for only one motor. Same thing will apply for the second motor. So this motor will run forward at highest speed, motor 1. Then you want to display the message. Okay, then we will display the message that motor is running forward. So to display the message, we will create another function, display message. To create another function, what we can do, we can create another page for flowchart, new sheet. Right click the flowchart file. Okay, again right click the flowchart file, new sheet, and rename the sheet like display. Rename the sheet for easy reference, display. Okay, and we create the function over here to display. So again drag and drop this block. First we need to clear the display. Okay, if you click the option LCD, it will open up all the procedure available for display. So first you need to clear the display, drag and drop the clear display. Then set text color. You need to set the text color of your display. What color you want to use for your text. Set text color. By default it is white. You can change the color over here. Then set text size. Let's say a little bit make it larger. Give a value 2. You can change the font size over here. Then set cursor. At what location of the screen you want to display? Set cursor. let's say 5 for x-axis, for y-axis let's give it 10. So at this location 510 the message will get displayed. Okay, now we can print the message by the function called print. So let's get the print function from over here, print. So let's create a variable for message. Message variable, and it is string. Okay, so which one will get printed? We need to give it over here. The message will get printed. Whatever value is the message, that will get printed. So we need to pick it up over here from the variable. So click OK, and that's after doing it we need to call the function called display to display the message. Okay, so our function is complete now. First we clear the screen, then we set the text color, text size, we set the position of the display, then we print the message and we call the function to display it. So that's the end of the display function. So what we are going to do, we are going to display that okay, it is running in forward direction. So let's call the subroutine. Call the function subroutine and pick up the okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me I think see why it is not getting the function. Okay, this is not the, I think, let me give a name, I think. Okay, we did not give the name, display message. Okay, unless you give the name of your function, I think it does not show up. So you have given the name. So come over here. So we call the function display message. So what message will get displayed? We need to define it over here. So let me just define the message by the assignment block. So pick up the variable message and give it a value within double quotation mark, moving forward, okay, or forward. So this is the forward function. Similar way, you can define the reverse function. So when LDR value 1 is greater than or equal to LDR 2 value, we call the forward function. So how we call? Again, call the forward subroutine. When you call the forward subroutine, it will run forward, display the message, okay? And when the LDR value is less than LDR 2 value, it will run backward or reverse direction. So again, drag and drop, create the function reverse, okay? You need to create the function reverse first and give a name to the event, reverse. Okay, similar way, again run the first motor in reverse direction in the reverse block. Direction is reverse, this is the speed. So the motor run in reverse direction. Then create a message of reverse. Okay, now look at over here, the placement of the block. Look at the dot, top dot and bottom dot, they are not aligned with the line, so it will not work properly. You need to align the dot. Okay, now it will work. So after displaying the message, we call the function display message. Okay, we set up the variable message reverse, then we call the function display message. So the reverse message will get displayed. Okay, so this is the forward function, this is the reverse function. So when the LDR value, first LDR value is less than LDR2 value, then we will call this reverse function. Reverse. So this is our complete code or basic code. You can explain it as you like. So over here we have created a loop where we read two LDR value and then we compare. If the first LDR value is greater than or equal to second LDR value, we move forward direction, otherwise we move in reverse direction. This is the function for forward, this is the function for reverse, and this is the function for display message. So now we have to save our program file, save project. Yes. So the project has been saved. Okay. I think we have accidentally closed it. Let's open it. So that's our project. I think next thing you need to check the project option. If you are using a version 8.9, then the project option you can pick up from here, project setting. So make sure all the parameters are right. Arduino Uno processor is Arduino Uno, Arduino family, then programmer is Avadud, interface Arduino Atmega 328, and this is the resource uploader, Arduino Uno R3.x. So this parameter should be okay. Once they are okay, you can run the simulation. So let me run the simulation. To run the simulation, click the simulation start button, run the simulation button. So it is compiling. Still it is compiling. I think it is done. Compiled successfully. Let's see. Yes, it is working. Simulation is running. So let me come over here. Look at over here. It is moving forward direction because the first LDR has got higher value than the higher or equal value than second LDR. That means in this case, if they are equal or higher, it will run forward. So let me increase the value of second LDR so that it will move backward. So to increase the light value of second LDR, you need to pick up the plus sign from the torchlight. You see, I have increased the value of second LDR. Now it is moving in reverse direction. Look at the reverse. If you decrease, again if you increase the first LDR value more or equal, it will move in forward direction. Okay, I think over here we need to modify our flow chart. If you look at over here, even though we are yes, it is moving it forward, reverse direction, it is still moving. Okay, let me decrease it. Let's see what happens. Now it is forward direction.
Sir, why only motor 1 rotating?
This is because we did not give the code of second motor. Let me check the code if there is any problem in the code or not. Okay, only we have given the code for the first motor. Same thing if you do, the second motor will run. I can also add that code for you at this time, but let me just check the code. Is there anything mistake or not? Look at the option over here. LDR1 value greater than or equal LDR2 value. If it is greater, then it will move forward. Otherwise, reverse direction. Okay. Okay, let me introduce a short delay. Okay, because when you run the motor, I think from one direction to other direction you should give some short delay. Okay, let's say give 1 second delay. Let me give 1 second delay. Give second. Okay, similar way, if you give 1 second delay for the reverse rotation. Okay, now closely visualize check the code. If the first LDR1 value is greater than or equal to second LDR2 value, then it will move forward, and if they are not, it will move in the reverse direction. I think the code is fine, so it will work nicely and display the message. I think the code looks like fine. Okay. I think better give the delay. Okay, millisecond delay. So you can reduce the delay if you like. I think that give 100 milliseconds because 1 second is more long. Okay, for a microcontroller, 100 milliseconds. Okay, so save the project. Fine. Save project. Now again run the simulation. Yes, simulation is running. Let me now change it. You see, motor 1. If motor is running in forward direction at this time, certainly. Okay, yes. The reason is that it is taking some time to display because of the delay. Okay. So in real world, I think give some delay to adjust it. Okay, for the rotation. As you change the amount of light, look at over here. Again, let me increase the light, reverse direction. Okay, because motor LDR1 LDR1 value is greater than LDR2 value. So in this case, the motor should run in forward direction. But our simulation shows that it is moving in reverse direction. So I think we need to adjust the code, I think, to fix it. Look at over here. LDR1 has higher value than LDR2. The motor should run in forward direction. Still the motor is running in reverse direction. So let me see what things we can modify in the code. So first LDR value, we are saving the LDR1 value. Okay, to check it, what we can do, let me introduce some checking parameter. Let me display the LDR value on the screen. So display the message, call the function. And we create the message from here. So we need to convert the value to string and LDR1 value. Similar way we can display the LDR2 value. Okay, so I think it will display the LDR value so that you can verify what is happening. So finally the code looks like this, so that we can verify what value of LDR it is taking doing the change. So let me save the project, file, save project, then run the simulation. Okay, I think let me reduce the font so it will be easier to understand. Okay, let me stop the simulation and let me go to the display message, change the font size. On and let me introduce a delay. Display message, then let's introduce a delay for 2 seconds to verify the value. So these are for checking mistake in your program. Okay, once you find that your program is running smoothly, you can remove this option. So let me introduce it also another delay for the second message. So let me run it. Run the simulation. File. So we have done it only to verify the value of LDR. Otherwise, we don't need this code. LDR value, first value is 0. Okay, that's the problem we have got. You see, LDR 2 value is 4 point something. So the reason is that, okay, now LDR 1 value is 0.17. LDR 2 is 4. Yes, I think our code is working properly. That means if the, look at over here, if they're far away from the, okay, if they're close to, okay, if they're far away from the LDR, it is getting higher value. LDR 2 value is 4.1991 and LDR 1 value is less. So in this case, it is working like this. That means if they are far away, so it is taking the right decision. So change the value, increase the value of LDR 1. LD1 is again less. How we can increase? Let me see.
Six PM. Late.
Look at over here. I think in this simulation, these two LDR somehow they are not working properly. You see, they are almost same distance, but LDR 1 is still very low value. It is showing. LDR 2 it is showing very high value. So this LDR 2 is working properly and LDR 1 is not working properly. So let's see how to fix it. Okay. Let's stop the simulation. Let me check the model. Let me disconnect A1. let's why not just to test it, just let me change it, okay, to pin connection. Let's see how it is, does it solve the problem or not. Now it is solved the problem. Look at over here. Now it has solved the problem. The problem was because of, I think, software system, when we connected LDR1 at pin number A1, it was not working properly. Look at the LDR value now. Now they are showing the right value. As I change the LDR value, look at over here. Now it is working properly. So I have changed the pin connection. Now reverse direction it will do. Okay, after checking it will go to the reverse direction. So now we have fixed our problem. Okay, now it is working properly. Now remove those extra code that we have given to check it. So we remove this block. Let me enlarge it. So remove this display message LDR block. Display, delete it. Then also delete the second message for LDR2. This second. Okay, I think it is okay now. Now let's save it. Now run the project. Now I think it will do the job nicely. Let's increase the LDR1 value. Forward, you see? As we increase the LDR1 value, it is moving forward. If we increase the LDR2 value, it will go reverse direction. If we decrease the value of LDR2, again it will move forward. Now it is working properly. So this is the way you can design your system, and if you find that your system is not working properly, then you need to find out where is the problem. In this case, I think it is because of the software. I think in real hardware, I think it should not give this problem, okay? But if you find this problem, sometimes it happens. Just adjust the value of the pin number, and as in this case we have found, now it is working properly. So let me just stop the simulation. So this shows you how to fix the problem in your simulation, how to solve it, when you encounter a problem, how to fix it, and finally once you fix the problem, your simulation is running properly. So let me save it and close it.
স্যার আপনারা এখন লিখতেছে আসসালামু আলাইকুম।